Welcome to the second half, where every possession, your clothes and shoes and hats and glasses, I guess the basketball too, where it all matters.
Yes, I'm Scott Burrell, and I'm glad to be back. Ex-Husky, NBA champion, Toronto Blue Jay, got to mention that, and now head coach at Southern Connecticut State University.
See, I'm not an ex-Husky. That means we broke up. I feel like we still have a relationship with my Husky, so I'm a former Husky.
Yeah, I guess.
Television loudmouth, Donny Marshall, and we're back, Scott.
Yes, we are.
They let us back in the building.
They did, and I'm glad to be back. And we're all excited. But, Donny, before we start, I got two things I want to bring up. Number one, I went to the dentist yesterday, and I love going to the dentist because you know your teeth can be clean. They're going to do all the checkups.
Yep.
But it hurts so much. The grinding of the teeth, the scraping between the teeth, it gets so annoying. And I feel clean and fresh, but my teeth hurt still.
Well, why automatically when someone says they went to the dentist, why am I going like this?
Because it hurts, and you feel the
I brushed
pain.
my teeth. Like, I feel like my teeth have this weird kind of like inferiority thing because you went to the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist in a while. So now I feel like I have to talk like this the whole time.
Well, maybe you need to go back and check yourself.
Well, you know what? You know what I'm going to do first before I go back? I'm going to ask you some questions in this show today about your squad and what's going on the first couple weeks of college basketball.
But I have one more thing.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Blue Jays and the World Series.
Oh, God.
That was one of
you were on the payroll way back.
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't get paid anymore, definitely. But I'll tell you what, that was one of the best World Series in our lifetime. I mean, the pitching was phenomenal. The hitting was timely. The plays in the field. I loved watching the competition in that World Series.
And for me, I think I'm like one of those old, because I'm not a baseball guy. I just don't know the game that well. When I hear there's a former UConn player who plays for one of the teams, now I'm hooked. I think that kind of always gets you. Do you know him at all?
I don't know Springer at all, but I'll tell you what, he's phenomenal. He's fun to watch. He timely hitting, but I wish he stayed healthy. He got a few injuries.
He was a difference maker.
He was
getting hurt. George Springer.
Yeah, he was.
Well, let's talk some basketball.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, we're going to talk probably a little bit about everything, but opening week. We're back. There's something about those first 2 weeks, Scott, that, the teams, the faces, and now more than ever, teams are changing. You know, I had a game, which we'll talk about, 12 new players on a roster that had 15, 12 brand new guys, and the other guys didn't really play much. So that's to me, this is a different time in college basketball, and you're dealing with that, obviously, as a head coach.
Yeah, it's back. It's back, and the fans are excited. The atmosphere on college campuses is great again. And I don't know whose phone that was, but we got to fix that. But it wasn't mine, people.
Let's see if that was mine.
So now
that's Scott's agent calling.
Oh, yeah. but it's a great time of year, and the energy on campus is so lively. And everybody has high expectations for what their team's going to be. They think they're going to be the team. This is going to be their year. The coaches think it's going to be their year. The state gets behind their team. But you know what? You got to stay healthy. You got to be – you're going to struggle at the beginning of the year. You got to get better each and every game and build to the postseason.
Yeah, it's incredible when you think about March, and I know it's a cliche for all of you who maybe didn't play college sports. We start getting ready in June and July. It's not just when March gets here, okay, last month we were getting ready. You're getting ready now. And sometimes that's hard for guys to stay healthy, to stay mentally healthy. Also to really understand that it is, and I know it's a cliche again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's what you have to even be more than me. I just call a game, I get on a plane, I come back, fancy hotels. You have to tell your guys every day, listen, trust me, what's happening right now is going to pay off in 4 months.
It's so true. And Division I is even tougher than Division II. Because Division I, you have your guys during the summer school, first session. Some guys keep them second session. And you don't want to burn them out because they're there so long. You want them to be hungry to build up to that first practice and also get ready for the season. At the same time, you want to make it fun for them. You got to have excitement. You got to change it a lot. You got to try different things. Your strength and conditioning coaches with them every day. But that's when you get better. That's when you're improving your team, gelling your team, getting chemistry. They're learning about each other. Since there's so many transfers, you have to know about each other, how they're going to play with each other, and how you're going to coach them, how they want to be coached at the same time.
Yeah, this is, I think, something we haven't seen in a long time. We talk about great players, and you talk about if you want to win, you have to have upperclassmen. Well, this year, to me, is probably the best freshman class we've seen Scott, in 30 years.
It's so talented. These guys, these young guys are coming and ready to play.
Yep.
And they're so much bigger, too. They're bigger, they're athletic, they can handle the ball, they can shoot the ball. They are very talented, and they're making huge impacts on teams immediately. They're not growing into a role.
Right.
They're taking a role.
Yeah, and they're a bunch of guys, right? Bigs, littles, Cameron Boozer.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that name. Carlos Boozer, his dad, his twin is with him there.
BYU has a great freshman.
AJ DeBonsa.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, funny, when you come into the season, you don't know how to say DeBonsa. Well, you see him play once.
I still don't know how to say it. That's why I let you say it.
You got to see him play, and you'll know because they're mentioning his name every single play. Big boy. I would say Darren Peterson, to me, at Kansas, he really stands out. He's one of those guys that's in a great system. He understands how to play in that system, but also Bill Self knows how to let those guys play. I think, again, we always revert back to, yes, players because we were players, but it's awesome. The luxury we have with Scott being a coach is like you can now say, yes, I can take a guy, put him in my system, but you also have to, I would imagine, balance, okay, I have to let him play as well. I think that's what we're seeing with the Peterson kid is they're allowing him to be himself, but also within that system. I'm sure you have a bunch of guys like that you say, I got to let go.
Yeah, you have to let guys play because you don't want to put restraints on guys where they're looking over their shoulder, afraid to make mistakes. And I think at that level, they know they can play, and that's why they're there. And a lot of guys know they're going to be in college 1 year, so you have to let them be who they are on the court, show their talents, express their game through just giving them a green light, but also maybe pulling them in a little bit so they're part of a team, knowing they're not the only guy out there, and the team does exist, and we're going to win together.
Yeah, we're getting close. So do you have a guy that's pulled himself to the forefront?
From my team?
Quickly, yeah, from your team that you're ready?
Donny, I wish I did, but we're so beat up right now, Donny.
Okay.
We're hurt right now. I have like 4 or 5 guys out right now. So I think when we're healthy, we're going to be very tough. Yeah. And we start soon, but when we get healthy, we're going to be fine. And it's going to take some time for us to grow because we haven't practiced together for a while. But I'm excited about what our future is going to hold.
Right. You're starting this week. This I remember this week like it was yesterday. These last couple of weeks. The lights are coming on. The referees are out there. Your plays that you've been working on they're going to count. Obviously, you think they count in practice because you're a coach. But when you have fans and now it means a win and a loss, it matters. It's coming up quick for you guys.
It does. Everything matters now. Once that first jump ball goes up, you got to be prepared for your first win. And if you do lose, you got to be prepared to get better each and every week and every day in practice.
Talk about. You guys and what you do with your coaches on that bench. This week is chaos, man.
It is. But I want my assistant coaches to have those guys not listen to the way I coach them, but to understand what I'm saying is how we're going to become better. Work with these guys extra, push them to be better, but also just give them the confidence. They might think I'm taking their confidence away, but also give them that reassurance that I'm there for them, I want them to be better, and I'm preparing them for the tough times.
Well, I know you're here for me, so you know what? We're going to take a break when we come back. I want to talk to you about what went on in the booth.
I wanted you to turn your phone off.
And I'll do that too when we come back.
So welcome back to the second half. Donny, you've been in the booth the first week. What are you seeing from the booth, and how do you think everything's going for college basketball?
They talk about coaches and players have this emotional high and low. Emotionally, I was up and down. I started with UConn, UMass Lowell. Look, UConn probably has the upper hand, and that's how it turned out. It was a blowout. I know they try to play these teams. New Haven, they play Columbia, they play UMass Lowell. They're trying to kind of give back a little. Then the next game, Scott, I basically had an NBA game. It was St. John's, Alabama, in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I've been doing this for a couple of decades. I can't remember a game with more energy, more pace, just more enthusiasm in the last 10 to 15 years that I've done.
Yeah.
It was, and I've said this before, you hear it all the time, the game feels like you're in November, it feels like March. That game felt like an April game.
Yeah.
It felt like a Final Four game. It did not feel like March. It felt like there were only 4 teams left.
Well, I'll tell you, there's so much talent in both teams.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, they run and gun like it's an NBA game. It's high up pace, high tempo. Guys are shooting a lot of threes. I don't know how much defense is being played in a high-scoring game like that, but I'll tell you what, these guys are ready to play. They're in mid-season form.
Yeah, 81 field goals were taken by Alabama.
That's 1 year. That's like 1 year for both of us when we were in college. 81.
Exactly. There were 62 free throws taken, but it wasn't a herky-jerky game. Alabama's really good. St. John's they're powerful, they're big, they're men, they're upperclassmen. But that was fun. You know, those games, prepping for those games is fun because you get to kind of see who they brought in. You get to see which guys have developed. And
early in the season, too. So, I mean, usually back in the day, they used to play the easier games early.
Marathon Oil.
Yeah. Well, I
played Marathon Oil.
I got 20 that game, so I remember. Yeah.
That was probably my career high, and the game didn't count.
But it used to build up to playing the better teams. But now they jump right into it and play the better teams.
Yeah.
And you test yourself, though. Win or loss, you got to learn. And it's better to learn against the great teams and the good teams that are going to be there at the end of the season. So now you're prepared to finish the season strong.
Yeah, I think the most exciting thing for me when I call those games is, like you said, you see them in November, and then you watch them kind of along the way, and then once March gets here, how they've gotten that much better. Because you think a team like Alabama, St. John's can't get any better. They can win some games, they're going to lose some, but to watch them develop is really pretty cool. And I love the fresh stories. I love these guys that are from the area who go to Alabama. There's a kid named London Jemison. He's from Bloomfield. He is a freshman, goes to Alabama. And now you can't get UConn can't get every player.
Well, either could I. He didn't come to Southern.
Right, he couldn't come to Southern. But you love seeing those guys and understanding those stories where they come from. And that, for me, is the part of the job I love. Yes, it's exciting, but I like telling that story about guys and watching them develop. So cool.
For sure. Also, what I love to see in college basketball are the mid-majors. The mid-majors who win big games because they've been together, they know each other, and they're prepared more than a team that gets a lot of transfers or high major transfers that go to one team. They don't know each other yet. But these mid-majors love playing with each other, love playing for their coaches, love playing for the universities, and they have that bond.
Is Yale a mid-major? Are they their own because they're an Ivy League school? Because they had a huge win.
I would say
a blowout win. At least.
It was. They went into Quinnipiac, beat Quinnipiac pretty good. Yeah. But Coach Jones has done an unbelievable job at Yale over the last 20 years, and he doesn't get enough recognition for how good a coach he is, how good of team he puts on the court every day. I mean, they won a couple games in the NCAA tournament. They win the Ivy. He should be talked about being one of the best coaches in the country at an Ivy League school. I love watching their team play. Yeah. They're fun to watch against Quinnipiac.
I agree with that. And nowadays even more, just because we know Yale has a huge endowment. It's probably in the $40 billion area, but that doesn't really have anything to do with what the team is getting for NIL.
Yeah.
So you think about it, these kids aren't on scholarship.
No.
And they're competing with other schools who players are on scholarship if you're not in the Ivy League. And also there's a huge NIL pool for those other schools. So you're right. I give a lot of credit to Coach Jones and what he does every single year. That's a hard conference to coach in. And
yes, it is.
By the way, if you don't win you're at the end, you're not going to the NCAA tournament. So even that much more pressure where we see these multi-bid teams going to the NCAA tournament, he can't do that. He's got to win.
He has to win his conference tournament.
He goes back home. So
exactly right.
I agree with that. I think he's just he's a wonderful, wonderful coach. And we got some other teams in Connecticut.
I'll tell you what,
man.
I know Pat Sellers at Central got a big win at Boston College. And it was after a tough loss at Quinnipiac. To get your team ready to play again, I commend Pat and Central Connecticut basketball for gathering themselves after a big loss, but bringing it again at Boston College and getting a W at BC. So,
Scott, all right, this is, for me, we talked basketball, we talked mid-majors, we talked Connecticut, we talked, national. The next part of this, I call this little segment fast break, maybe even quick hitters, something like that.
Your segment, okay, go ahead.
For me, I'm not going to be quick, so I call it fast break.
You're never quick. It's just everything about you.
I want to ask you, best thing about the opening week?
The excitement, the build-up to anticipation of your college, your team, your school having a chance to win a national championship or being one of the best teams in the country. I think it just brings enthusiasm to the whole campus and the country, across the country.
Mm-hmm. Hardest thing about the first week?
Are you asking me as a coach or as a
coach?
As a coach?
As a coach. The toughest. You know what? Tell me the hardest thing as a coach, and then if you can remember, because it was back in the 1900s when you played.
Yes,
if you can remember back then tell me as a player as well.
As a coach, did I prepare my team to be successful? And You think you did, you try each and every day, but you always go back home in your car on your ride home thinking, did I do this? Did I do that? But you can't second guess yourself. You've done the preparation work. You've done the research. You've coached them. Your players have to be the ones that do the job on the court. And you've given them all the tools to be successful. Now they got to go do it.
So that's now as a player, if you can remember back, I know you've.
Am I prepared?
There was a lot of fog in there.
Yeah, a lot of fog. No concussions, though, thank God, but a lot of fog. I would say, did I work as hard as I should have? Did I prepare myself for every opportunity I'm going to be put into? And am I going to be ready to help my team? Am I going to be ready to help my team? So I think those are the things you think about as a player, and combine both those together, you better be ready for that first game.
My last one, and you can put me in the fast break portal.
Okay.
My last one for you: fluoride or no fluoride?
Fluoride.
Doing fluoride, huh?
Yeah.
You don't get enough in the water. You pay the extra. Well, you got money though.
Well, we don't.
So you pay the extra money for.
We don't know how much fluoride's in our water.
I'm just
I
asking.
just know how much fluoride's in the toothpaste.
Just know where you spend your money. Okay, go ahead. Fast break, man. Go
All
ahead.
right.
I'm ready.
Donnie, what's the best thing about opening week for you?
Best thing about opening week is, you know what? I get my suits out of the closet. I dust them off. I get the mothballs all out of there. Because, I put them away. I have the golf clothes, and then I take out the suits. So getting them out, and I feel like an adult.
That's yeah. You look good, Donnie. You do look good. You look sharp. You do look sharp.
Good. You got to look good.
Yeah, it's very true. The toughest thing about opening week as a broadcaster.
So I usually start 3 to 4 games in about 5 or 6 days. So the prep, getting ready for all those, and sometimes you have to sit through some games that are blowouts. Mm-hmm. The good thing is I usually only have to watch the first half of these games, and then I kind of get an idea of what teams are made up of. So that's the hardest part, I think, prepping in terms of watching film and getting film, Scott.
Yeah.
Now we can see games everywhere, so the resources are much greater now than it was when I started some 20 years ago. So, prepping and watching games is
I think you're leaving one part out.
Uh-oh.
You get freaking flyer miles. You don't say anything about that, huh?
Flyer miles.
Yeah. Travel
car miles.
Yeah,
you kidding me?
They in the summertime, those all work.
Those are huge when the family's trying to go to Disney or drive down to the Carolinas.
Exactly. Can I get some miles next time? One more thing.
Yep.
Do you enjoy the beginning of the season or the end of the season or the middle of the season or end of the season?
Yeah,
and why?
It's an emotional ride because the beginning you're excited, there's some new teams you're going to see, you're going to learn a lot. The middle you start to kind of you ease into it. The travel I think is what wears me down in the middle. The flying and the driving all over the place.
The free flying, yeah.
But late in the season, now I get a little sad because I'm like, wow, our season's short. College basketball is the shortest of the major sports, if you will. Baseball, you talk about, in terms of, college, but we're comparing college basketball to the NBA, to NFL, to Major League Baseball, hockey. It's the shortest of the major kind of season, what everyone gets up for. So I get a little down when March comes around, but then I remember
summertime.
My handicap has gone up, and Scott still is a sandbagger, but I think I can beat him. So I know there's some money on the golf course out there for me if I call up Burrell.
That's so mean. See how he tries to embarrass me, people. He's trying to embarrass me. Yeah. Well, you know what, Donnie? It'll be different this summer.
It will.
I'm gonna be a much better golfer.
Okay. Coaches are supposed to be able to play golf. We'll see. If you win, then obviously you have an excuse not to be practicing and working on your game. If you lose, man, I expect you to be
I'll be more upset. I'll be upset, worried about my
digit.
job. It's winter up here.
One affects the other too. If you lose, it's because you've been on the golf course too much.
I mean,
you got some pressure on you.
That's true. Now you let my boss know. I mean, now he knows where I am when I'm not at work. So
how was that,
nervous.
Scott? Second episode, man.
I think it was awesome. I think we're getting better. I think the show's getting better. And I like you. I like being on air with you.
Look, I'll let the people out there decide if we got better.
Yeah, that's true. They're the ones that are going to watch it. Let us know.
My big brother.
Yes, let us know. Give us your take. Let us know what we can get better at. Let me know. Well, Donnie's a professional. I mean, he's a professional at this. A perfectionist.
Professional what?
A broadcaster. You've been on air, but I need to get better. So help me, people. Tell me what I need to do to get better.
The second half, Scott and Donnie.
Come back.
See us again. So, Scott, as we kind kind of wrap up our second episode, let's look ahead at this week. Your week, I think, in basketball, but especially yours, starting. What are you expecting from your team and your opponent? I don't want you giving us too many secrets, but
maybe
you don't.
There's not any secrets. There's no secrets. No secrets. We are who we are. I'm excited about our guys finally getting on the court, playing a real game, a meaningful game. I know we're playing Post University. They're going to press us all game. They're going to be up-tempo. Coach Kuntz does a great job at post. He'll have his guys ready, but we'll be ready. Like I said, we're not as healthy as I want us to be, but we're prepared and hope we make shots. We make shots and break their press, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of coaches mention rebound. Not so much this season about taking care of the ball or sharing the ball. It's rebound. Is that what you
It's funny you said that.
Guys?
No, it's funny because I watched our last 2 scrimmages, and one thing we didn't put bodies on people. And we're using our athletic ability to jump and try to get every rebound. But it's not going to work. You got to hit people. And if you continue to hit people on box outs, they're not going to keep coming to the basket. So the last few practices, I have been preaching. I've been telling my assistant coaches to make sure we are boxing out. And hitting people and going to get the ball because it wears on people mentally and physically. If you keep hitting them, they're not going to keep coming.
Remember Coach D, Howie Dickerman,
box out,
all-time great coach, recruited us. He used to say, "Put the wood on him."
Yeah.
Every time when a guy would come across the lane, put the wood on him.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is put the wood on him?
Well, that means that forearm on him
this was the wood right here.
Yeah.
You put that wood on him. You can't really do that anymore. But like you say, you got to hit him.
You do.
You know which game I'm looking forward to? And
not Southern and Post? That's rude.
I'll hear from you about that game. But one I'm not doing. I'll be on the road. I'll be in Milwaukee doing the Maryland Marquette game. But the UConn BYU.
It's gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
You got AJ coming back home to Boston.
Yeah.
UConn fans are gonna be riled up. And BYU, we know how good UConn is, but BYU is a very good team who got a lot of confidence in that tournament last year. And they're on the verge of being one of the best teams in the country every year because they're bringing the right guys in, mixing with their older talent. And you think about it, a lot of those guys are Mormons. They stay in college a little bit longer, so they're older. Yeah. They're stronger. They're older. They're more seasoned. And UConn's going to have a tough game against them, but they're playing it close to home. I'm excited to see if UConn can get this W.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I know he was a few weeks away, Braylon Mullins. I wonder if he is close to coming back because to have AJ DeBonsa and Mullins out on the floor against each other together, I don't want to get anyone excited. I know he was probably still 2 weeks away at an ankle, but just again, it speaks to how great the freshmen are the class this year. And but I'm looking forward to that game. Boston, like you said. UConn is, Hurley's going to be.
Oh, he's going to be
at the highest level.
Yeah, he's going to be Hurley.
Hurley's going to be Hurley. So, I'm excited about that one. So I'll be checking it I'll be checking the ticker, as they say.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm sure UConn's not going to rush him back because, like you said, we talked about earlier, it's a long season. Get healthy now, so you have a great finish to your season.
Well, how about we wrap it up for the second episode and maybe we come back again next week. Let's talk about what happened this week and maybe if we were right or how wrong we were on what we were thinking was going to be exciting.
Well, you never admit you're wrong. We've seen that all the time. Never admit
it. No, never admit that.
But we had a great show, and I'm happy it's getting better and better, and thanks for joining the second half.
Come back and see us.